How's everyone doing? I just got in and there was a package waiting for me, and I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you in this downstairs setting, which is a little bit different than the movie room that I show you my pickups in. I got this off of Facebook. I hit up a guy who was selling a bunch of stuff in a horror group that I'm a part of, and we talked for a bit and built up a rapport. And that's one of the things that I like, talking movies. That's really the reason I'm on here. And, once I got to talk to him, I was like, hey, do you have any other stuff you're going to sell that you haven't put on here yet? And because I built up that rapport, he divulged that he did. So I got first dibs on some other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and show you everything right here. There's a quick peek. Take this out of the box. And there is the stack. First up, I'm going to go ahead and show you in the order that I bought them from. I got this stack right here for $3 a pop. So I was pretty souped on that. The marked ones, which is it's the second to recent one in the Paranormal Activity series, and I think this series is just cheap cash grabs. I think the Blair Witch Project and the original Paranormal Activity are the two most overrated horror movies in history. They're boring as heck. The only good thing about them is their marketing. Very smart marketing. And I know I'm going to get killed for that. I'm going to get roasted because especially everybody like my age and younger, those are like two of the most popular horror movies out there. But I can't stand those movies. They're garbage. It's just cheap. Anybody could have made those movies. There's nothing scary about them. It's a snooze fest. But again, genius marketing. I'll give them that. That's about it. But I digress. Back to this one. I did check this one out. I think this one it might be the best in the series. Let me know which one of the Paranormal Activity movies is your favorite. I still haven't seen Ghost Dimension, but I made a post on Instagram about it, and people were saying I didn't need to watch that one because it's a slightly different take, I guess. And I guess this one had some, obviously they're all a little bit different. They all kind of tie together, but maybe Ghost Dimension doesn't as much. But I think this one, and then I think this is probably my favorite now, and then I would say Paranormal Activity 2 would be next in the list. But let me know what you guys think if you've seen any of these movies, including this one. But I definitely enjoyed the take. It felt really authentic. I'll give it that. That's one of the things that really kind of stood out for me. Some of the other ones just felt a little bit too rehearsed. Shudder, this is the American remake with the guy from Dawson's Creek. That's what I always think of him. It's Joshua Jackson. He's been in a ton of different stuff. This was off the Asian movie. I know a lot of people hate this one, but I didn't hate it. I thought it was decent. It wasn't excellent, but something that I would like to have in my collection and revisit. Next up is The Lazarus Effect. Got to get a new case for this one. Looks like some fangs right there bit into that. I saw this one when it came out. I thought it was decent. I like the cast a lot. Donald Glover needs to be in way more movies. I haven't checked out his TV show Atlanta, but I've heard great things. I really like him. Liked him in Community, and then of course Childish Gambino too. And he did some other skit comedy stuff before in his stand-up. So really talented. And then you've got Evan Peters, Sarah Bolger, Olivia Wilde, who's stunning, Mark Duplass, who I love from The League, and he's done a bunch of other movies and stuff too. But I thought this one was decent. It wasn't anything great. I feel like we've seen the kind of concept of this before. Where, bring somebody who's dead back to life and there's unexpected consequences. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to revisiting that one for $3. Couldn't pass it up. And I was shocked. He had a whole bunch of ones that were in a lot for cheap. And I picked out a bunch. And the Steelbook was in there, the World War Z Steelbook. So I'm souped on that. And it looks like it's in good condition, no dings, which I thought there would be something, but no. This is one that I heard a lot of people crap on, but I really enjoyed it. I think a lot of people crap on any horror movie that has like an A-list actor or somebody famous in it. I think that's just kind of an unfair criticism, but I see all the time, especially remakes and horror especially. But a lot of people need to keep a better open mind about it. This is one that I think I really enjoyed, and I think it's gotten even better with subsequent rewatches. So very happy to add the Steelbook to the collection. And I think I might do a video on what I consider my most overrated horror movies. Again, Paranormal Activity and Blair Witch, top of the list for me. And I know I'm in the minority on that, but I don't care. Those movies, anybody with a camera could have made those movies, in my opinion. There's nothing scary about them, but I still need to check out the new Blair Witch movie. Let me know if you've seen that one and what you think of it. Next up is Mother's Day, and I remember I had seen parts of this forever ago. but I don't think I've ever seen it in its entirety. So I remember it was just like crazy rednecks and the old lady. I really like the remake, the recent one, with the chick from Rebecca De Mornay from The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I thought that was really tense and thrilling. This one wasn't. It was a little bit grittier and dirtier, kind of like I Spit on Your Grave-ish, a little tad bit, but also a little bit cheesier too. But I remember the old lady in there, and then the little redneck guys or the gross redneck dudes. Look at that. Blech. So I'm happy to add this to the collection. I had a DVD of it forever ago, and I had always, right when I was really getting into Blu-ray, I made the mistake of getting rid of all of my DVDs because I meant to, like, the ones that I knew had Blu-ray releases to upgrade them, and I just never really fully got around to upgrading all of them. I do have a, like, I think, like XT DVD Steelbook with a lenticular cover for this as well. So that was always something I like those collectible DVD sets. I still think DVD has the best collector sets way over Blu-ray. Blu-ray has a lot to catch up on. Like the Phantasm Sphere, that's amazing from the UK. I would love to see that over here with the Blu-ray version, but I know it might be held up with rights because Scream Factory has the rights for the second one. Wellgo, I think, has the rights for all the rest. So hopefully maybe they can work that out. I know Scream Factory's worked with other companies in the past, usually to their advantage more so, but maybe they can help a company out and do that. Next up is See No Evil 2. And this is one that I didn't love. I was so excited for this movie. Big fan of the Soska sisters coming off American Mary, which I thought was amazing. And this one had a great, this was their first like studio film too. And American Mary was fantastic. I would definitely recommend that one. This is from the WWE. And this had a great cast. I like Kane. I love the first See No Evil movie. You've got Danielle Harris, Catherine Isabelle. I've got a whole bunch of other people too. Michael Eklund, who I really enjoyed, and man, the post-apocalyptic movie that I can't even think of the name of it. I love the heck out of it. I'm drawing a blank. I did a full review for that forever ago. I did a full review for this one too, which I think I basically said it was about average. Maybe I can't even recall right now, but that's how I remember it. I remember being really let down on this movie, and it had everything going for it. Like I said, the Soska sisters, the great cast. Danielle Harris, modern scream queen, as well as Catherine Isabelle. Danielle Harris, I had the opportunity to interview her on the phone, and I was really excited for that. I held off on telling her that I used to have a big poster of her on my wall when I was a kid, but I left that out. But yeah, this one, again, everything going for it, it just fell flat. The kills were flat. It was just too generic. I love the setting too. I was really disappointed. I hope they make a third one, and I hope they do more with it. I'm going to give it a rewatch, but I don't imagine liking it much more than I did the first time around. I'm hoping the Soska sisters can do better stuff too, because they did the movie Vendetta too, which I wasn't a big fan of. They worked with another WWE star, Big Show, and then the guy that played Superman, I can't remember his name right now too. I'm overtired as heck, so please forgive me on that. But I wish I could remember the movie that Michael Eklund was in, the kind of like post-apocalyptic style movie where they're all like trapped in the basement. I love that movie so much, and I'm drawing a blank on it. I think Xavier Gens was the director. It's going to bother me so much. But I would recommend the heck out of that. It was basically Lord of the Flies with adults in the basement. Just, you know, mankind going against each other and going crazy, and the effects of everything. They're great cast in that movie. And I can remember the poster artwork. I can remember everything about it, but I just can't remember the name of it. All right, so those are that lot right there where it was $3 a pop. I'm stoked with it, especially the Steelbook too. And then these ones right here, this was $36 for this lot, and it essentially equates to about $9 a pop. Now, the main thing I was stoked about was the new Jack Frost Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray release with the lenticular slipcover. Super cheesy movie. I had the old DVD that was out of print, so if anyone wants to trade for the old DVD, let me know. And I love the clear case on here too. Go ahead and pull that out right there. And then inside, it's the reverse artwork too. Now, I've already seen people on eBay selling this for 40, 50 bucks, because I guess the lenticular slipcover edition was like a first run limited edition kind of deal. So I guess it's already out of print, and people are jacking up the prices on eBay. So right off the bat, like, I thought that was a fantastic deal. Essentially, these two right here, like, this usually goes for about 20 bucks, and considering that people are jacking that up on eBay already, yeah, I was souped. So, and then I felt like he almost like threw some stuff in here too, but I'm pleased. Next up is Lord of Illusions from Clive Barker. I remember watching this forever ago. The Jack Frost one was like such cheese to me. I loved it though. But yeah, Lord of Illusions. It's kind of like there's a whole bunch of cheesy horror movies that I enjoy, like Satan's Little Helper is another one. Jack Frost is another one too. And the sequel was even worse in not a good way. I don't think the sequel kind of lost its charm to me. But yeah, I remember watching this one though forever ago. I had the DVD for this too. I got rid of it, and finally I got the Blu-ray right now with Scott Bakula. He was like a detective, and there's like this crazy like evil cult who's gonna try to destroy the world, and there's like a magician performer in here, but I guess he's using kind of like black magic. It's been forever, but I remember this having some really creepy visuals in here, and some good performances though. Famke Janssen right there, and Philip Swan was really good too. A few other people in here were really good performance-wise, and I remember just being super creepy. And again, it has the slipcover, which I was super for, because a lot of times the slipcovers are not on the Scream Factory ones, and people pay like a premium just for the slipcovers. When you can find a Scream Factory with a slipcover for a good price, jump on it. People sometimes sell the slipcovers themselves for like 15 bucks. Next up is Boogeyman, which is one I haven't seen. I saw the other Boogeyman movie, which wasn't that great. I have like a double feature DVD, and I remember this artwork right here, where it has this is from 88 Films, which is it's a region-free release. I think most of their like slasher classic ones are, with the creepy priest right there. I've never seen it. I've always wanted to, so happy to add this to the collection. Nice red case too. 88 Films. I believe most of their other releases are region locked, but their slasher ones, slasher classic ones, are region free. So pretty cool, and some bonus features right there. And again, I like what they're doing. A lot of companies are releasing some great overall releases as far as the reversible artwork, you know, booklets, stuff like that. Great transfers. So excited to check this one out. And I guess it sounds really cool too. I think there's like a killer who got trapped, and a sleazy psychosexual madman trapped in a mirror during the night of his death, and I guess he gets out. So that it kind of reminds me of Oculus right there. And then next up is the newly restored And Then There Were None. This one is just a classic from Agatha Christie, and I don't know if I've seen this particular edition or not, but I remember seeing scenes from this film, and I remember seeing so many different takes on this film, but I don't know if I've ever seen the full complete one of this particular one. So excited to check it out. Again, the restored version. So classic right there, murder mystery kind of movie. A bunch of people invited to a house, somebody's murdered, and they're trying to, you know, basically play Clue who the killer was, and suddenly more people start dying. So very souped on that. I thought some great deals, and again, I got to talk horror and talk, you know, movies and stuff with somebody, built a bit of rapport, so that was really cool. And a lot of people ask me where I'm getting these deals from. Facebook has become a big place. There's, like, usually on most locations, there's like local yard sales and flea markets for your area. So check that out. Go on Facebook, search around, search your town, your county for the groups and stuff, and you can find, you know, flea markets and yard sales and people selling Blu-rays and DVDs for super cheap usually. I found some great deals on there. And then there's other like forums and groups and stuff too on Facebook. This one right here was a horror forum or group, and people can only post and sell horror on there. They show their collection, talk movies, and a lot of people sell on there. So I jumped on that. This guy was moving, so it's basically kind of to help fund his moving expenses. So I can definitely share in that pain. I've moved a lot in my lifetime. I grew up in a military family, so I moved a whole ton. And then the past couple of years, I've moved a bunch too. But I'm back to this place, which I used to live at before, so happy to be here. All right, so I had to look it up to see which movie that Michael Eklund was in, that Xavier Gens directed, and it was kind of like that apocalyptic event, and they all have to hide in the basement. And some great, the whole cast there was phenomenal. And it was called The Divide. I did a full review of it. I love the heck out of that movie. I completely drew a blank on it. Again, I'm overtired. Forgive me on that, but it's The Divide. Definitely check it out. And Xavier Gens was awesome. He also directed Frontiers, which is one of my favorite French extreme movies. I'd put it in probably my third spot for me, maybe even second spot. Martyrs, to me, everybody always picks that one, but Inside is my #1 of the French extreme horror right there. And I think Frontiers would probably be #2. Martyrs had fantastic gore, but I just didn't love the premise of it. I thought the premise was absurd, laughable, and the second half of the movie was just essentially torture porn, chained up in the basement, getting, you know, abused and you know, skin. The effects were amazing. The gore was amazing. All of that. The first half I loved, but then that second half, again, the whole concept of it just I didn't love it at all. I just thought it was kind of ridiculous. But anyways, The Divide. And that was another thing. This cast was so good. And again, Catherine Isabel worked with the Soska sisters in American Mary, so they had a good rapport there. And it just, none of it transferred. They have so much going on for this movie, and it just fell flat. But yeah, The Divide. I had to look it up. It was bothering me so bad. Loving these movies. Definitely let me know what your favorite movie from this lot is as well. And if you've seen the movies, definitely let me know what you think of it. And hope everybody's doing well. Take care.